All right, we're live. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Matt Ritter from the National Weather Desk near the Washington, D.C. area with a 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time update for Hurricane Idalia. Idalia, excuse me, I keep making that mistake. And it continues to move across parts of southern Georgia right now, of course, after making landfall at 7:45 Eastern Daylight Time this morning near Keaton Beach in western Florida on the Gulf Coast. It continues to weaken, but not very rapidly. It's still a hurricane. As of the 2 o'clock update, it is still a 75-mile-per-hour hurricane, making it a Category 1, just over the threshold. It is moving to the northeast at around 20 miles per hour. They're saying that the exact center is about 10 miles northwest of Waycross in Georgia. Looking at the regional radar pic here, you can kind of see the circulation pretty well there to the east of very close, just northwest of Waycross, just about right there. You can see the circulation, almost still a little bit of an eye feature, at least in terms of less precipitation, with extremely heavy rain falling on the northwest quadrant, as is often the case with landfall, already storms that have already made landfall. So these aqua, these teal, if you will, polygons as they're called, those are all the flash flood warnings that are now in effect for lots of southern and central Georgia. Just incredible amounts of rainfall coming down. Some estimates now, some of those brighter red colors, we're looking at over 7 inches of rainfall estimated to have fallen already. And again, the storm continues to move towards the northwest, heading towards the Savannah area. Then eventually it's going to kind of hug the coast of South Carolina, very close to Charleston. And it's going to be affecting the Grand Strand all the way up by Myrtle Beach, too, and possibly even as far north as Wilmington, North Carolina, with some storm surge. And of course, there's a tornado threat as well. And let's see if I can share the web browser here. This is my first time doing one of these lives with this particular software, so bear with me for a second. Let's see if I can get my Firefox over here. And yep, there we go. We're sharing that. And we'll start doing some of the graphics here. Of course, here's the latest graphics for the future path. There we go. There's nothing like bandwidth, I'll tell you. And there's some of there's the current location basically in southwest Georgia, and eventually it's going to get very close to the Charleston area, probably just maintaining its hurricane strength before weakening to a tropical storm. In the exact center, the official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center brings it close to Myrtle Beach and then eventually Wilmington, North Carolina, and then out to sea. Keeps it as a tropical storm though, and unfortunately kind of takes it to Bermuda. Some of those computer models from yesterday that were kind of recurving it back towards Florida, not doing that so much today. So storm surge remains a very huge problem, of course, for parts of not just what has already happened in Florida, uh, but But there we go. There's the latest information. Of course, coastal Georgia, South Carolina, all the way up to North Carolina, all those onshore winds pushing the water up onto the coast. That's the storm surge, that temporary rise in sea level. These numbers, 2 to 4 feet of surge in Georgia, about 3 to 5 feet in South Carolina. Not particularly huge numbers, not like the almost 10 feet that they had in parts of Florida, but this is going to be sustained for a while. So you got to add the waves on top of the storm surge, and that just means a lot of these locations are just going to be battered by that water and all those waves for tonight all the way into early tomorrow morning. And then eventually it's going to be heading out to sea. Again, this is a quick update just from around the 2 o'clock. Don't forget a lot of pictures, a lot of damaged photos, unfortunately, that has happened starting to come in. You can follow a lot of our socials. We have a lot of links here on our link tree to our YouTube channel, our TikTok, and our Twitter. And we'll continue to keep you updated with the latest information from the National Hurricane Center and also the digital content that we're getting from all our spotters all across the southeast as Hurricane Idalia continues to move across the south. We'll keep you updated right here on the National Weather Desk. Thanks for joining us.